Just a disclaimer before I get into this video, my editing skills aren't the best, but I want to make do with the skills I have now. And why not subscribe? It's free, why not? And enjoy the video. Also there's spoilers, so be wary of that. So every living being under the sun has talked about this movie, and I know I'm late, but I've only just figured out how to make videos, so I'm just going to talk about it now. Everyone is saying that this is the worst DC movie yet, and I say, I mean, have you seen Suicide Squad and Batman vs Superman? This movie's not awful, but the worst thing about it is that it's boring, and if you ask me, that's the last thing that you want a superhero movie to be. Even in movies like X-Men Apocalypse, the writing is a bit, but at least it has a couple good scenes, like the Quicksilver scene. I will say Pedro Pascal is just easily the best part of the movie. He's so extra, and I really think he's trying here. You can tell he had fun with this character, definitely. Now that I mention it, nobody in this movie is acting bad, but I mean, just because you have good acting, that doesn't excuse you from being a bad movie. I will say though, there are a couple lines that are a bit cringy. Like when Cheetah says, "I want to be an apex predator," I couldn't take it seriously. Honestly, it was just really cringy. There is like one part I like, and it kind of parallels the first Wonder Woman movie, where Steve was showing like Diana all these like modern like technologies, and they do it again, but the roles are reversed. I kind of like that, but it goes on for too long, that's for sure. One thing in this movie that really annoys me, and it's also just kind of confusing. So basically, when they bring Steve back, he looks different, and then they explain that by saying it's Steve but in someone else's body. And it really just it confuses you. Like, you didn't need to do that. You could have just easily like shown Chris Pine. You didn't have to get a new actor just to confuse you. And then it just switches back to Chris Pine even being Trevor. It's weird. You can nitpick anything in this film, like why does Wonder Woman randomly start flying in this when she couldn't in Justice League or Batman vs Superman? And they both take place after this movie, so it just doesn't make sense. Did she forget? I don't know. It's kind of weird. And also, Wonder Woman just randomly brings up a power she can do, where she can turn objects invisible, and she turns the plane invisible. Which, yeah, I know it's the invisible jet. You can nitpick this all day, and I cannot do this review without mentioning the horrific CGI for Cheetah. Like, I'm not even going to show you, you can look that up. I don't want to be put on a watch list or anything. It's just, yeah, no thank you. So in conclusion, this movie's just boring. And like I said, the worst thing a superhero movie can be is boring, so would I even rate this out of 10? I feel like giving this a 4.5, but that's generous. But that's all I'm going to say for this review. If you've got any suggestions, let me know. And again, sorry for the mic quality, but bye for now. And I know one last thing. This is probably the best Wonder Woman sequel, and it's also the only Wonder Woman sequel, so yeah. See ya.